Hello everyone, welcome back to Sketch by Sketch. Today I thought I'd do something fun in my sketchbook. I kind of just want to do a little bit of an experiment here today with some line art. So just for starters, I've already done the sketch in a Prismacolor Cool Erase pencil, and for the liner pens that I'm going to be using here, which we'll talk about in just a little bit, but these are Copic liners. And I'm going to talk about the colors also in a minute. So kind of what inspired this video, I guess, was I was watching a Dramatic Parrot YouTube video. If you haven't watched her, she's an amazing artist that does mostly like Disney and cartoon drawings. I really enjoy watching her videos. Her style is so cute. And she recently did a video on different types of line art that you can do with your sketches, and lately I've been thinking about wanting to do more line art. I kind of have gotten away from it, and I think that it kind of has a really nice clean look, and I want to kind of put that back into my style a little bit more. So the first method that she tried out was just using liner pens in different colors that match what you're going to be coloring in. So this one we're going to line first with these pens. So around the face and the hair, I'm going to be using this sepia colored ink. It is a brown color, and I'm using a 0.1 size. So I think it's 0.3, sorry about that. It's a very small size, so we can get that really fine line. I did go ahead and erase some of the sketch beforehand just so it was a bit lighter, and now I'm just going along very carefully and lining each bit of this. I just thought this would be a fun video because it's a little bit different than my normal sketch with me's that I've been doing a lot lately. I'm kind of just experimenting here and testing out some methods, so I think it's really fun, and hopefully you enjoy this type of video. I'm just being really careful here not to smudge any of the line art. I'm just going slowly. That's kind of a bit of why I don't love doing line art, because it does take a lot of patience and time, and I really just usually want to get to the coloring. But it does make a big difference. It makes your art look really clean if you take the time to do it. So that is why I'm moving so slowly today. Now that I am getting the hair and the face finished, I'm going to go in with my pink. Actually, sorry about that. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of a bigger size, and I'm going to add a little bit of line weight to what I've already done. Not too much, just a little bit where things are overlapping. I don't want these lines to be too thick or noticeable when I put the marker on, so I'm gonna go kind of lightly with this. Alright, I went in with black for the eye. You could go in with the brown if you think black is a little too dark, but I am drawing Disney character here, Princess Aurora. I tried to kind of stick with the Disney style, and I tried to draw this as close to the animated movie as I could. So I went with black for the eye, and I hope you guys like the style here. I definitely took a lot of time trying to get it to actually look like the cartoon, and I think it's really cute. Alright, now I'm filling in the lips and the dress with this pink marker or pen, and I was going back and forth deciding whether I would draw the blue dress or the pink dress, but I had this pink liner, and kind of the whole idea of this method of lining was to use a bit of a darker color than you're going to color, so a bit of a darker pink here. So hopefully that makes sense. That's what I'm going for. Okay, now that everything's lined, just gonna add a little bit of dimension by thickening up some of those lines, just making sure everything looks how I want it to before I continue with the coloring. Alright, so now that we have finished pretty much the line art, I'm going to go in with Ohuhu markers in color as I normally would. Now you do want to make sure that the ink is dried and you erase your sketch lines before you begin. I did smudge the ink a little bit by the eye, but I don't think you can really tell by the end of it. I did speed this up because this video is more about the line art than the markers, so hopefully you don't mind that. But I'm just coloring as I normally would, and I think that that line art is super understated, but that kind of goes along with my style very well, and I love how it just kind of seamlessly blends in with the markers. I absolutely love this, and I think I'm going to be using this style more in my artwork. Alright, the next method of line art is something that I've done before, but not a lot. So over here I'm drawing Aurora in her peasant outfit, or whatever you want to call it. I think this one is really cute over here as well. The face wasn't perfect, but I think the overall just look of the drawing is super cute. I love it. But anyways, so you start coloring first. So you color directly on the sketch. I lighten mine up by erasing it a bit, but you do not add any line art on this one. And this one's going to be a little bit different because we're not going to be using markers or pens to do the line art. We're going to be using colored pencils. So this is something really fun. I've done it before, but not exactly like this, so it's going to be really fun to try out. It's kind of using the same idea as taking a little bit of a darker color than whatever the marker color is, and just outlining it. So it's similar to what we just did, but obviously the pencils are going to give it a little bit of a different look. It almost stands out a little bit more, but that of course is dependent on what colors you choose. If you choose a color super similar to the marker, then it's probably going to look a little bit softer. Now I do want to stress to you that if you are doing this method, make sure you're completely finished with your marker work before you continue to the line art, because you can't apply markers on top of pencils. The pencils create kind of a waxy surface on the page, and it just really makes for a mess when you try to add marker on top. Sometimes it can even ruin the tips of your markers, so really just make sure your markers look good before you start adding in these pencils. Now I did not do this today because I just wanted to focus on the liner, but you could go ahead and use some of these pencils to kind of add a little bit of shading as well. I just used it to make the lines, but of course you can add whatever you like with them. This one was a little bit easier because I didn't have to worry about staying inside the lines. With the already pre-done line art, it's almost like a coloring page, and if you go outside the lines you can see it, but in this version over here you've already colored, so you're pretty much just tracing the outline and you don't have to worry about that too much. So that's just a little bit of a plus. I think that this pencil is really making the outfit pop. I feel like it kind of messed up on the face just a little bit, but that's my fault, nothing to do with the pencils. One tip is to make sure your pencils are really sharp when you're doing this. It'll really help it look really clean and crisp. But I definitely like the way I lined the outfit. Like I said, I think that really makes it look nice and almost like a cartoon character. Finishing up the lips on this one. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a little bit different than my normal videos, drawing some new things. I will say that I do prefer the drawing on the left that I did with the Copic liner pens. I prefer it. I think it's cuter. But the other one is really cool in its own way, and I think that I'll definitely be using both of these methods of line art in the future in my sketchbook. So let me know what your favorite method was and which one you're going to be trying out. Again, if you want to watch Dramatic Parrot's video, please go check her out. She makes a ton of really cute art, and she inspired the sketchbook spread today. I hope you really enjoyed today's video. I've got a really fun one coming next weekend, so make sure you're subscribed. It has to do with my prom dress and a big Copic marker drawing, so you don't want to miss it. Make sure you're subscribed. Thanks guys so much. Hit the like button on this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!